People have stopped buying Macs, so much so that Apple stopped producing their new M2 chip. Now, I'll explain why and why this is actually good news for all of you and why you guys should wait and not buy a Mac either. And for those that really need to get one right now, how you can get the best deal possible. Apple just gave us a report that their Mac sales fell a whopping 28.7% compared to their last quarter. And Macs are actually selling worse than every single other category, including the iPad, wearables, of course, services, and the iPhone. And the crazy thing is, the previous quarter was bad as well, falling 22% in quarter 4. So why are people all of a sudden not buying any Macs? Well, there are 4 reasons. The first one is the fact that the Apple Silicon Macs that came out in 2020 are still excellent. They could do everything from basic web tasks all the way up to 4K video editing, even playing with high bitrate footage that my Mac Pro would stutter through, and they would have no issues at all. Now, because these Macs are so good, people don't feel like they need to upgrade 3 years later to buy another one. They work excellent. Now, with that, when everybody was staying at home, a lot of people were watching YouTube videos, they were working from home, they needed to buy a good machine, and Mac sales went through the roof. Even just a year ago, Mac sales were growing at double the rate of PCs when people needed to buy computers, and Windows fans were switching over to these Apple Silicon machines. And half a year ago, when the PC market was in decline already, Mac sales were still growing at 9.3%, which was great for Apple, but this can only go along for so long, because when enough people get their hands on these great machines and they're not working from home as much as they used to, they're going back to the office and the machines are so good, you don't need to buy another one. Now with that, these M2 powered machines are not really that great. Now they do have some improvements. I've talked about battery life, low power mode. We have a new design for the M2 MacBook Air, but Apple raised prices. They made their SSDs worse. Even if you spend $2,500 on a 16-inch M2 Pro machine, the base model is half the speed as before, and there's just not enough reasons to want to get a new machine. So people are just not buying them. And we also have new Macs that people are waiting for, which I'll talk about in just a bit. Now, with these Mac sales dropping, the crazy thing is, even at 22% for quarter 4, if we look at the PC brands, they are getting destroyed. Lenovo has a negative 35% growth, HP negative 42.8, negative 42, Asus negative 25. The whole market is tanking like crazy, while Apple is doing quite a bit better. Now, along with that, Apple knew that Mac sales are going to decline, and they spoke about this. There's only so many people that want to buy a new machine. And because of that, Apple completely halted M2 chip production in January going into February, because the sales are really slowing down. So with the whole PC market being in a downturn, they stopped making those chips, and that is actually a first for a current gen chip. It is getting that bad. And when they resume production, they're only making half the chips they used to make. Now, people are also being a lot more careful with their money, buying less tech things. Everything has gotten more expensive for your cost of living. So even Foxconn recently said they have a 21% drop in revenue, and it's gonna get worse. So we are in a recession. People are being very careful, which is a good thing. But a benefit that Apple has is that Apple users are very loyal. There was recently a study that came out showing how fast users would replace a broken Apple device. And looking at this chart here, 45% of people would immediately replace their iPhone, with 27 people coming in for an iPhone and a Mac, and a large majority of it would do it very, very soon. So when it comes time to upgrade or replace, people are going to stick with Apple. And now let's answer what the 2 benefits are for you. The first one is, if you do need to buy a Mac right now, you can get some absolute killer deals on a brand spanking new Mac. You can get up to $300 off a new 13-inch machine or a 16-inch machine starting at $1,100. Now that one is the M2 MacBook Pro, which does have a few benefits over the Air, but personally, even cheaper than that, for $1,049, you can get the M2 MacBook Air, which I greatly prefer. You got the MagSafe, you got the new design, it's fanless, the performance is still excellent, and that is a killer price for one of those machines. But what is even better than that is the original 2020 M1 MacBook Air that you can pick up for $799, which is crazy. Now we have all these linked down in the description below if you guys want to go pick one up. This one has fast SSD storage. It is a killer machine and I would highly recommend it. Now, if you're somebody that doesn't mind buying a used or refurbished MacBook, you can get one even cheaper than that, $715. Or if you look for a used one, even about $600, you can pick one up in really great condition. And even for a 14 or 16-inch MacBook Pro, look at this, $1,529 for a Mac that costs $2,500 new. And on Amazon, you get a 90-day money-back guarantee no matter what. So if you don't like it, if you change your mind, you can send it right back, no questions asked, which is excellent. Now, for the second part of this, why is it good if you don't need one right now? Well, we know that Apple is coming out with new Macs. A part of the reason why they're slowing down production could also be because of the M3 chip. Now, Vadim did an excellent video on the performance of that. It's gonna be a big upgrade in terms of performance, thermals, battery life. You guys could check out that video after this one. But we also have the 15-inch MacBook Air, which is probably gonna be the best-selling product out of their whole lineup. You have a larger screen, but at a lower price, something they have never done before, at least probably in about 15, 20 years. And it's gonna be a great all-around machine. I cannot wait. So if you're looking for something like that, that is another reason why people are waiting to pick up something that is an excellent Mac. Now, I think I'll probably do an updated video on that by itself. If you guys want more info, you guys can go ahead and click that subscribe button above. Check out Vadim's M3 video right over there. Let us know your thoughts on this whole Mac sales slump, and I'll see you in the next one.